Hi, Dr. David here, talking about some criteria to know if you are addicted to sex or not. And I'd like to start that discussion by just saying that to diagnose any addictive disorder, there are criteria, right? There are 11 major criteria that we look for. You don't have to have all 11. You can, in fact, just have two of them to make a diagnosis. And the World Health Organization recently has created a diagnosis of compulsive sexual behavior disorder, which is basically a sex addiction disorder. And so this is becoming increasingly formalized in the medical community. But beyond that, let me just go over some basic principles if somebody's kind of running through in their mind, trying to figure out if they're a sex addict or not. There are three major things that I look for. One is what we call preoccupation. Am I thinking about sexual acting out or porn or online or hooking up or finding an escort? Am I spending extraordinary amounts of time thinking about it, planning for it, executing it, just that kind of preoccupation that is a very big part of the addictive ritual. The acting out piece is just one little small piece, but it's the preoccupation that can spend days, weeks planning and kind of hijacking somebody out of their life thinking about it, right? So the preoccupation piece is one thing. Loss of control is a second major thing I look for. So have I made attempts to cut back, but despite having negative consequences? Maybe I got an STI, maybe I got arrested, maybe I got in trouble, maybe my relationship is in disarray because of my acting out. Those are warning signs, right? Big, huge red flags that a lot of people will ignore or make sense of or rationalize or minimize or hide. And so I think that loss of control, and if we're honest with ourselves, we see when that's happening, and that's a big one. The other and final big category is neglecting things that I should be doing. Am I spending time looking at porn instead of doing my job when I'm working from home? Am I spending time away from work, out engaging with other kinds of sexual behaviors and so on? Those kinds of things where I'm neglecting my family, my responsibilities, my finances, my well-being, my health, all those things in light of, rather than taking care of those things, I am neglecting them, I am acting out and getting in trouble. So those are the big three questions I think people need to ask themselves. Beyond that, there's others, right? There's withdrawal attempts. Now, sex and porn addiction don't have physical withdrawals, physiological withdrawal attempts. You don't get the delirium tremens, but you do. There's a big emotional withdrawal. People get cranky, people get irritable, people get foggy. Their minds are kind of mushy. And so check yourself. If you try to quit, cut back, not look at porn, not masturbate, you're having withdrawal attempts, emotional ones, pay attention. That may be a warning sign. And finally, see a qualified therapist. This is something we usually can't handle by ourselves. There are people specially trained out there to help you find them. And there is help out there and help available. Dr. David here, signing out. Bye-bye.